welcome back to Irene Tarot Card. I'm Ren, a full-time artist living with Crohn's disease here in Australia. Welcome to a kind of a travel vlog of our adventures to Wollongong with my partner Jay that we went on. It was just a week holiday away, and you'll see some of the adventuring we got up to, as well as the process of this oil painting I was inspired on the trip to paint, which I call Minimarra Falls. It's a 51 by 76 centimetre piece done in oils in 5 simple layers, as you'll see sprinkled throughout the video. So our trip to Wollongong was lovely. It's a little bit like our hometown of Geelong. It's a coastal town and there was a lot to explore throughout the town. So we ate out quite a bit, we explored the art scene, we also explored a Buddhist temple, which was absolutely lovely. The best bit for me was the hikes we went on and a couple of waterfalls that we ended up going to visit, which were absolutely beautiful. And yeah, we just sort of had a look at some of the beaches. There's 12 patrolled beaches in the town, and it was just a really lovely stay away. I also had a kitchen in the apartment we stayed in, so I usually throw in some food, so I just made like a throw together chicken dish on a drunken night in one night, so you'll see a bit of that as well. So we loaded up the car and headed off to Wollongong, which was a very long trip. We didn't make many stops, just truck stops to eat a packed lunch and go to the toilet basically. But yeah, it was a very, very long way there. We were in the car for about 10 hours, so it took us all day to actually get there. Alright, 5.5 hours down, 4 hours to go. We're on our way, well and truly. And we need a stretch really bad.
And petrol.
And petrol really, really bad. We'll get there. Then once we finally made it there, we checked out our apartment and unpacked everything. We'd already packed a few things to take, but we needed to grab milk and things for coffee. And then we just explored the mall that we were around the corner from and just grabbed some Thai food for dinner. Alright, kitchen, lounge room, it's quite nice, balcony. I got to check out what pots and pans I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And bedroom. Nice. First explore.
Say underneath something.
Yeah, he said in the mall, so just straight ahead. So we'll grab the milk and that and then go grab some Thai takeout. Yes. I love this central garden bit though. Alright, food. So the painting which I was inspired to paint on the trip, you will see the inspiration of in the video later. Starting out the painting when we got back was super simple, just a really easy underlayer as I usually do with my paintings. back in Wollongong, day 2, we explored some of the coast. We wolfed down a burger for lunch while we were exploring, and then we drove down Seaview Bridge, which is just like a bridge over a large area of water, body of water. And yeah, we just sort of explored everything. It's the only coastal town with 2 lighthouses.
Where's the other one?
I don't know. This is the city beach. Yeah, outside. Thank you.
You ready?
Well, when you're actually driving on Seacliff Ridge, you don't really get to see that you're driving across the ocean.
That trail.
Then while we were stocking up the little apartment we had, we came across this massive op shop and couldn't pass up the opportunity to check that out, of course. It's massive. Oh, there's your kids' clothes.
That is kids.
And then since we loaded up everything and we'd been out all day, we decided to just eat in one night. I didn't want to buy a bunch of spices and whatever, and you won't often see me using packet mixers, but we just made some things from a packet to throw together on a sort of drunken night in, having some drinks and a really simple meal to put on the table that night. Okay, so what we're working with, some chicken tenderloins. I've got some southern style seasoning to go on that. Of course, salt on the chicken first, most important ingredient. Bit of oil that I'm going to cook it in. For the pasta to go on the side, I've got a pasta pack, a bit of butter, a bit of milk, super easy. And then I've got a honey mustard salad kit with dressing already included, everything, so we can use some of for our hike as well. So I'm going to throw the salad together, coat the chicken, cook it up in some oil and get the pasta going, and we should have a super easy meal on our hands with, of course, plenty of wine to drink. We'll save some for our hike tomorrow with some ham and cheese that we'll get together. Enjoy. Back home, layer 2 on the painting, I just laid in the rock face and all the darks of all the rocks, basically just mapping out where everything would be going. day 3 on our trip took us to Jamberoo Rainforest for a hike to Minimarra Falls, which wasn't easy. It was a 7.7 kilometre hike. We climbed 43 levels of elevation, so it was a bit of a exercise hike, but it was lovely. We loved it, loved every minute of being up there by the falls and sitting down and having a packed lunch, and yeah, it was beautiful. We enjoyed it so much. Okay, Jamberoo. 800 meters. And up and up and up. Same. What elevation do you reckon this is? It doesn't even look like you're going upwards on the camera. And it's so steep. Yeah. Yep. Oh. Up and up and up we go, up we go, up we go. Wow, gorgeous. Same. Gorgeous. Then we just had like a Japanese dinner out that night, and yeah, it was just nice to sort of relax after the massive hike that we'd been on. But I swear I wish I could bottle that feeling of being near that waterfall. It was just the best day. I enjoyed it so much. But then, feeling inspired, back at home, I laid in some of the rock face and rock detail, mapping everything out a little bit better and adding the shadows and highlights on all the rocks and a bit of a underpainting on where the water will be. Day 4 was all about exploring the art scene. We went to a main gallery and had a look throughout there. There was also a contemporary art space that we visited, which was great. We ended up grabbing just some kebabs for lunch, and then we headed to a Buddhist temple, which was beautiful. I couldn't actually film in the temple, but I filmed some of the outside of the temple. Stopped off at some botanical gardens, and yeah, it was a really good full day of just exploring. Yep. What? Inside? Beautifully maintained gardens though. Yeah. Then on the painting back home, it was time to add in all the green foliage, all the trees, all the moss, all the greenery really. Day 5 was another hike day. We ended up visiting Macquarie Pass, which has many hike trails throughout, and finding a little hidden gem of a waterfall, which was really hard to find, which was beautiful. Then we drove up this massive mountain, which was so scary. We were like on the edge of this mountain the whole way up, which was a little bit crazy. But it was a great day out, and then for dinner we ended up going to this really trendy restaurant with these amazing cocktails. It was just such a great day. We'll see how intense this one will be, hey? Compared to the last one.
Yeah, well, I think I've lost.
It's gorgeous. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, look at that. So gorgeous. Like crazy roads. Oh my god.
Oh. I feel like we're going like one way, but we're...
Yeah, because there's no lines on the road even. We nearly crashed into a motorbike. Look at the freaking, look how high up we are. Oh my god. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. That's huge. Thank you. Lastly, on the painting, to finish it up, I added some water detail, the actual waterfall, and just a little bit of highlight on the rocks, and that was about it for this one. And then it was our last full day on our trip in Wollongong. So we lucked out with great weather for basically the whole trip. It was in the 20s, which was great for hiking and exploring and all of that. But our last full day, it was in the 30s. So we visited one of the many beaches in Wollongong, spent some time down by the water, had some lunch, which was lovely, and just enjoyed and relaxed our last holiday day. And then the following day, it was another 10-hour trip home. So yeah, that wasn't as much fun as the rest of the holiday had been, but we stopped and ate, and yeah, it's one of those things, you know. It's better to actually take your own car rather than having to hire one, so we didn't mind going on such a long drive. But yeah, we were tired by the time we got back, and it was a great trip. I really hope you enjoyed all the footage that I've shared with you throughout our adventures that we went on and the painting I completed. Thank you very much for joining me and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and come and join me again next time for whatever I'm painting and whatever I'm doing. And in the meantime, take care and thanks for watching. Bye guys.